Oh, it's a happy Thursday. We're one day away from a happy Friday, but it's the Mike North Show. Bet like Mike Show, windailysports.com. My name is Jon Jansen, at JJansen34. You can follow my guy, Mike North, at North to North. I was 1-1 yesterday, Mike North. I got my big plus winner. The Giants continue to give me plus money, Mike North. I will continue to bet on the Giants. They're doing me well right now.
Yeah, and the White Sox let you down, but they've been good to you this year, so you got no complaints about that. You go 1-1. I'm in a suspended game because of rain right now. The over is going to come in with San Diego and Atlanta, but the game is at 5-4 right now. It's going to be continued on. I'll probably forget about it, because I didn't really bet it last night. I took a night off. As far as that goes, I was very happy about the way things went with Milwaukee the other night, John. So feel good. By the way, folks, check the banner, check around, check windailysports.com, check at J Jansen 34, North to North, Win Daily. Everybody out there doing a great job. We will get to the picks in about 15 minutes, the fastest 20 minutes in sports, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll start off today by, I get on the Twitter yesterday and I see Sean Kemp standing with Gary Payton. Sean Kemp's got a T-shirt that, nobody wants a small T-shirt. No man wants a small T-shirt. And they should have been ready. If they knew Sean Kemp was coming, is it so hard to order a quadruple extra large for, Seattle? To do it. Instead, he's on Twitter today with the man breasts and with the belly hanging out and stuff like that. But that being said, this snuck up on me, John. I love the bet on hockey. I'm not I'm not into it as much as I am in baseball, football, and basketball.
Right.
But this one caught me by surprise. I guess there was a yearning for more NHL expansion. In a league that
at least Seattle with pro teams, Seattle for sure has been hungry,
and in a league that's been overexpanded for years. Okay, that being said, I'm happy for the folks of Seattle. I thought that the right thing to do would have been named the Supersonics. I would have taken the basketball name. I would have taken the Seattle Supersonics, taken the green, white, and gold colors, and gone with that because Seattle Supersonics in basketball should still be there. It was just a messed up situation, ownership issues, stadium issues, and everything else. But the one thing that really was funny is that as I'm watching, they're going, the Kraken. Now, I would like to think I'm a worldly man. I'm a well-read man now. I read everything I can. But somewhere along the line, I saw I must have missed Kraken. But it's supposed to be some large sea creature, right? I guess that goes along with the Puget Sound and stuff like that. But it's a mythical thing. So they're called the Seattle Kraken. First of all, if they want to expand, that's okay. I'm happy with the folks of Seattle. But did you know what a Kraken was before you heard the term Kraken?
I have. I don't know where I've heard it before or what movie. It was definitely in some movie that I've heard this used before. Release the Kraken. I've heard of a Kraken. But yes, I'm actually
Kraken.
I'm really glad though that we get this name because sports names have been generic. Not generic, but we've heard it all. How many Eagles are there? Everybody's an Eagle. Everybody's a Tiger at this point. Give me something new. Give me a Kraken. I want the Kraken. And I love it. I just like that it's something. And the colors are great too. I do like the jerseys.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it. I just wanted somebody to explain what the hell a Kraken is. I mean, when you're introducing something, now maybe I missed that part of the narrative, but I looked it up today. And like I said, I've been to Seattle. They used to always tell me that's one of the leading suicide cities because it's always cloudy and dark in Seattle. It rains a lot. I was in Seattle with the Bulls for 4 days. It was sunshiny every day. Plus, I do like
it is known for rain. It's known for rain and coffee, apparently.
Right, and I love it when it's dark and it's rainy. I don't have a problem with that. But Seattle's a great city. They should have they got a baseball team now. They got a hockey team. I think they're in to soccer. But this is a big thing for this team, for this city, the NHL. Now the Blackhawks will be going out there. I saw that they had the expansion draft yesterday. They got a couple decent players. Things have changed since the old days, back in the day when teams would discard just their worst players. I guess they picked up a couple good players, but as far as Seattle being on the hockey scene, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, it's great. No, Seattle seems like a very good sports city, and it just is a wonder why they did end up losing the Supersonics. That should absolutely be back. I think we're eventually going to see basketball in Seattle again at some point, I think. And them building a hockey arena for a hockey team is step number one. Yeah, you have the arena now. You have the new state-of-the-art arena, and now you just enter in a basketball team. So maybe that's step one of the process. But yeah, and look, maybe just attribute a lot of this to, I mean, Seattle is a good sports town, good sports city, but attribute it maybe to Seattle Seahawks popularizing sports there. And even the Seattle Sounders, the MLS team, has gotten really big support out of Seattle. So it can work. It's a good sports city. And I think this is going to work out really well.
You got three teams now. I mean, you got three of the big four sports represented in Seattle. Like you said, hopefully they'll come back. Okay, so congratulations. Let's talk about Bobby Bowden. Bobby Bowden, I mean, you were a child when Bobby Bowden, when were you born? What was the year?
94, but okay. I still remember Bobby Bowden. Yes, he had a nice couple of clashes with Penn State back in the day when I was a kid.
Bobby Bowden, to me, well, he had 12 wins vacated. Look, the man's terminally ill, okay? He did pay the price for some recruiting type of situations or what have you. We always thought that they were doing something illegal there, but whether they did or didn't, he's one of the best coaches. I mean, you talk about Nick Saban doing what he's doing now. Bobby Bowden was winning 10, 11 games a year for like 15, 20 years. I mean, the guy was boisterous. I always thought that he had the writers in his hip pocket on the cocktail circuit, if you will. He was a gregarious guy. And Florida State, since Bobby Bowden left, they won every single year when Bowden was there, it seemed like. Then he was ushered out the door. They've won eight. They've had 8 winning seasons since he left. Now, I remember a time when they said it's going to be hard to recruit against any team outside of Florida. Florida State, Miami, you got other Florida teams involved now, Florida, if you will. But that hasn't been the case. In fact, once Bowden left, once Spurrier left, Urban Meyer, with Tim Tebow, it's not the same. I always thought Florida football would be dominant in college football forever. And in fact, they've added teams like Central Florida, other teams in Florida that seem to be getting the job done. I don't know if they'll ever get back Florida State to what they were. But in the 90s with Jimmy Johnson, in the 80s with Jimmy Johnson, Bobby Bowden, Steve Spurrier, it doesn't get any better than that.
Well, yeah. I mean, Florida State had that chance to get another coach or keep the coach, and they just didn't, which is kind of a marvel how Bobby Bowden was able to do it at Florida State for so long. But they had Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher won him a national championship.
That's a great point. I forgot about Jimbo Fisher. He's at A&M now.
Yeah, and then Jimbo Fisher left, right, because it was just so quick. He won the national championship. They didn't give him Right, because they didn't give them the facilities, they didn't give them the money, and he said, look, I can go, somebody else is going to get me, and somebody else is going to pay me the money and get the facilities I want, and I'm going to go over there, and Texas A&M is exactly that school. Yeah, it's Florida State just is a okay program, but no, they're never going to be what they were under Bobby Bowden. Florida is a bit closer to where they were with Urban Meyer. I think Dan Mullen's done a really good job there, and they have a chance to be pretty good with Emory Jones this season. But yeah, it's not been the same, and even Manny Diaz is having a tough time in Miami right now. Very tough time.
They thought Manny Diaz was going to be the be-all, end-all. He's a native of that area. It's tough recruiting out there. There's no doubt about it. I remember when Howard Schnellenberger took over Miami way back in the day, helped build that program. Then you have guys like Jimmy Johnson. So I don't know if brighter days are ahead. I do know this. The landscape has changed. It's not about Florida anymore. Notre Dame, Alabama, the top teams, the top programs have continued on, while some of those other programs, I mean, Willie Taggart, you could look back at that situation.
The Willie Taggart era. The Willie Taggart era.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I thought he
you know
was going to
what?
be great too. He was
Yeah,
good in the
I do
American
want
Athletic Conference, and
Bobby Bowden. I mean, you often wonder how you're going to react when you're told the bad news you have a terminal illness. Bobby Bowden handling it with class. He says he's at peace with himself. We wish Coach nothing but the best. Let's talk. I was going to talk about the women's soccer team. They lost 3-0 to Sweden. You know what? Forget about them. Let's talk about Giannis. Okay. Giannis yesterday puts out a tweet. I think he's going to be doing a lot. Now, this is the guy that is the face of the NBA now. There's no doubt about it.
oh
He
yeah,
put out a tweet yesterday where he went to Chick-fil-A and ordered not 51, not 49. How much of, we talked about it yesterday, but how much of, I guess you would say, fresh air is there now with this new guy coming out of nowhere? Tweeting out, I'm ordering 50.
right.
Another one he tweets out where he lets the guys outside his car. Now they got a little bit. He goes, okay, that's enough. Touch the trophy and stuff like that. Isn't this the cover boy now, the cover guy
Yeah.
of the NBA?
Yeah, he will be off season and going into this season. He absolutely will be. It reminds me a lot of the Kawhi Leonard tour in 2019. Now, the thing is, I think Giannis...
Kawhi Leonard has no personality, though.
Right. I think we got to see a little bit of the personality, and what we did see was okay, like what it do, baby, or like, he had
you got a better personality than
right.
Kawhi Leonard.
But it was interesting to see more of a side of Kawhi Leonard that we never seen. But Giannis, right. Guy. But Giannis is a different guy as well, and he's a great personality, and I think everybody loves him. He's a great dude from every account that we've heard about him. It is great. It's always a breath of fresh air, and it just creates another star in the NBA that now whatever team he's on, it's going to be the Bucks. It seems like for most of his career, that they're always going to be a championship contending team, and that's awesome. That is great to see, and to have another face of basketball just proves that the NBA has some of probably the most star-studded players in their league. I don't know. Maybe the NFL has some more stars, but Major League Baseball doesn't create stars like the NBA. There's not really many sports that create stars like the NBA does.
Yeah, you know what? I heard Mike Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser yesterday on their show on ESPN, and they were talking about the super teams. And Kornheiser, Tony said that he thinks it will be the super teams that will continue on. And he basically brought up the Lakers and Brooklyn. So we're going down the same road again. Okay. I would say this, and Mike Wilbon agreed also. I would say this. I don't have, any dog in the fight, except I'd be willing to bet them $1,000 each that neither team will be in the NBA Finals next year. That's just me, because of injury or because they're getting older. I mean, I'm hearing Chris Paul, 36, might go play with LeBron at 36. Right. Anthony Davis is an injury waiting to happen. LeBron's not the same player. Brooklyn, we got to decide if Kyrie Irving's going to come and play every game. If Durant,
right? Well, and Durant too. Yeah, I mean, he's got to be healthy for most of the season. Right. He's the one that was coming off of a huge Achilles tear.
And I would bet them $1,000 each, and I don't think they'll take me up on it. I mean, they're good at opinions. Are they good at backing it up? I don't know. But I don't think they'd take me up on the deal. That being said, I don't think either one of them put injuries or age into the equation. I mean, because there's a lot of teams that are now hopeful because of what just happened. Okay? I think the Clippers are going to be, again, relevant next year. I just think that the players are going to have to get rid of this world management if they want, because you're going to be playing with the character in Giannis that wants to play and loves his team. Are you more inclined to say with those guys, do you think the super teams are going to win it? Or are you like me saying, I'm not so sure if they're going to be in it because of their past injury situation, of which right now it's happening almost on a yearly basis?
Well, I would say, yeah, it's probably more wide open than it's ever been. And I think mostly because, and it's not even because of Durant, LeBron James ruled the league for years. I mean, it was LeBron James' league for over a decade. And now that he's older, he's injury prone now. We don't know if he can last a full season, what he's going to be like in the playoffs. That leaves a bit of an open hole. And now it seems like it's wide open to everybody else. But I think what the Bucks did that's great is they proved that, because the super teams were winning a lot, and the super teams have won. But I think what the Bucks proved, and what the Raptors proved as well, is that there is more than one way to win a title. Like, there is more than one way to do this. It just doesn't have to be create the super team and you win. It has to be, you can do it in the way the Bucks did, build from the ground up, and then try and work around the core that you've built. And the Sixers are trying to figure that out. And if the Sixers end up figuring it out, they can win. So I just think, yeah, it's more wide open than it's ever been. I think the super teams thing can work, but it also means the Bucks can work and also make the finals and win. And it also means Toronto can work, make the finals and win.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because the East is still not that strong. I don't think Boston's relevant. I think it's basically, you're talking Brooklyn against
it's Brooklyn and Milwaukee. And if Boston or the Sixers can make a big trade, then yes, they would be relevant, but they need to make that first for me to say that.
Let me ask you something, Mr. I love my guy, the center of the Philadelphia 76ers. What's his name again?
Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. Okay, you're a big fan. Would you trade him for Giannis tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Giannis is great. Yeah.
In a heartbeat. Let's knock off the nonsense here. I think it's going to be interesting to see. You didn't mention Atlanta, and Atlanta was relevant, but I think
it'll be tough for Atlanta to do that again. It really will be.
Yeah, but I think Atlanta's as good as Boston. I think Boston.
That could be.
Yeah, I think they're as good as Boston, but I think it's a two-horse race. I think in the other league, it's more than a two-horse race.
Oh, it's deep.
Yeah.
There are about four or five teams, maybe. Yeah. Jazz, Suns, Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers.
Yeah, and I don't see Phoenix. You didn't mention Phoenix in that. Did you know that? You didn't mention Phoenix, but I don't see them coming back. Do you?
I think they'll be a top, I would say, 3 or 4 team seeded in the Western Conference. But no, it's going to be tough to repeat being the number 2 seed and then go back to the NBA Finals. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. I mean, if the Lakers are healthy, yeah. And look, if Denver's healthy, they could be the best team in the Western Conference if Jamal Murray's healthy. I mean, Nikola Jokic is just going to continue to get better. They got Aaron Gordon. If Jamal Murray was healthy, I don't know if the Phoenix Suns make it out of the second round against Denver.
You want to know something? I love Jokic, but now I love the Freak. I mean,
that's your guy now, isn't it?
Oh my God! I mean, I thought Jokic was outstanding, but what this guy did was unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, the fastest 20 minutes in sports. We're in the stretch run now. I got one game today. How many games you got, my friend?
I got a couple games.
Because it's not the biggest, it's not the strongest board today. That's for damn
no, not.
It's go first if you want.
It's basically you got to figure out if you like anything in the baseball board,
right?
So that's what you have to figure out. Let me get it up real quick.
I got one game. I'll go with my one game while you're getting it. Getting your stuff up. I got it. Who are your Phillies playing tonight, my friend? I think
they are playing the Atlanta Braves tonight.
I got Philadelphia plus the 120. I think Philadelphia, they're an anomaly, man. I mean,
yeah, they really are.
I think people like them, but people don't like them. I think people think they can do it. Maybe they don't think they can do it. They're somewhere stuck in the middle. I'm going to take the run line tonight as the dog, the Philadelphia Phillies to cover against the Atlanta Braves, my friend.
I will take the St. Louis Cardinals. They're minus 120 against the Cubs. Adbert Alzolay is not a very good pitcher. And I do like Kwang Hyun Kim, the pitcher on the mound for the Cardinals. I'll take minus 120 for the Cardinals. Both teams haven't been really doing that great. I'll just take the advantage in the pitching matchup on a short line. And do I do it again, Mike North? Do I go back to the San Francisco Giants at plus 150? Do I do it again?
They should have won every game against the Dodgers. This says, you know what I'm saying so far?
Yeah,
they've got this. Yeah, why not?
And they have one of their best pitchers on the mound, and Anthony DeSclafani. He's going up against Walker Buehler. That's a tough matchup for the Giants to go up against Buehler, and it's tough to win this series like they have. But I am very intrigued by plus 150 for Anthony DeSclafani. Look, if the Giants are going to continue to win this way and they're going to continue to get priced this way, I have to keep taking that bet if that's there.
They sort of remind me of the White Sox. You know what I mean? I know they lost yesterday to the White Sox. By the way, Mercedes was sent down, and then he's decided to retire from baseball. Yerman Mercedes.
Yeah, that situation. Hopefully everything's okay with him.
Yeah,
I don't because it was
just frustrated.
Yeah.
La Russa's going to talk to him, but hey, what are you doing? You know, you still got a chance to help us. So hopefully there was a reason he's a 28-year-old rookie. He's a free-spirited guy and stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, the fastest 20 minutes in sports has happened.
Yes, it is.
We just enjoy your company. We love you guys. Johnny, great job as usual. It goes by real fast.
Yes, it does.
So long, everybody.